I've always wanted a dog. I've had cats, all big personalities and all much missed. I remember Fortnum and her brother Mason, who grew up with the children. Fortnum was a beautiful, delicate tabby with the heart of a lion. Unlike her brother Mason, he was huge, but cowered behind his little sister as she fought all the battles with the neighbouring feline community. And there was Chocs, the Siamese mix who enchanted us in Spain and ended up living in Germany. There were always excellent reasons for us not to have a dog. We were working and out of the house all day, or travelling too much and unable to give a dog the time or stability it deserved. So I made myself a promise. One day, when the time was exactly right, we'd have a dog. It was September 2015, and I had just landed in Australia, clutching my precious, newly granted permanent residence visa. We no longer needed to travel. Our year working in Bahrain had cured my itchy feet, and Joe was probably not well enough to explore the far-flung corners of the earth. We'd stopped looking for greener pastures because we'd found them. Home is where the family is. Australia was where the family was, and Australia was where we would put down our roots. The possibility of owning a dog was suddenly within my reach for the first time in my life.
"You won't rush out and get a dog the moment you land in Australia, will you?"
Joe had asked, watching me carefully. "No, of course not. I'm going to be far too busy catching up with little Indy and house hunting to think about getting a dog." But I lied.
"Good. When I finish my treatment in the UK and we've got a place of our own to live, then there'll be plenty of time to discuss whether we want a dog or not."
Back in Spain, Joe and I had discussed what type of home might suit us best in Australia. At one point in the past, Carly and Cam had considered building a granny flat for us, but it hadn't been feasible.
"I'll leave it totally up to you,"
said Joe.
"Something not too big, something easy to look after, low maintenance, a place that doesn't need any work done at all."
I had agreed, but I was in for a shock. House prices in Sydney were amongst the highest in the world. Our budget would barely buy a flat, or unit as they are called in Australia, let alone a house. "I had no idea they were so expensive," I said to my daughter. "I think I'm going to have to think again. Perhaps a retirement village might be the answer. Some of them look really nice. They have nice grounds, swimming pools, gyms, medical facilities. You can even have pets in some of them." "A Wrinklyville? Are you quite sure?" A Wrinklyville was Carly's rather disparaging description of a retirement village. She was dubious. "I don't think you're old enough to be happy in one of those. Not yet." "Well, I think it's worth considering. I'd enjoy having big gardens, shared with all the other residents. And some of these places are close to a beach. And there are some not too far from you. If it's comfortable and affordable, I should at least look. I think it might suit Joe very well, and there'd always be doctors available." "OK, we'll look." There was so much to think about.